Good morning, children. Welcome back with the next new session. So, in this session, we are going to discuss the question and answers from the lesson number 13, the Indian Constitution, 8th standard. Lesson number 13, the Indian Constitution. So, children, I can see here there are 9 question and answers given from these lessons. So, before just getting into these question and answers, I hope that you have all understood the lesson very well and you understood the concept as well as the terms that are used in the lesson. Those are secular, socialist, democratic, fraternity, justice, equality. So all these words and the terms you have understood very well, because all these terms are very much important to understand this concept. Otherwise, further in your upcoming standards, it will be difficult for you to learn this lesson in detail. Okay, so if you have not understood it, please go back to the video, please listen to the class once again, understand the terms once again, and please write down them in a rough book in your own words, the way you can understand them. Okay, so let's get back into the question and answers. So children, as I said, there are 9 question and answers from this lesson. I'll be reading question and answers one by one, and I'll let you know the meaning of these questions also. Okay, so here comes the first question. Damanpur is ruled by its kings based on a set of rules written down by the priest and ministers. He also divided his kingdom into 16 provinces, to which he appoints officers as governors. Can we say this is a democratic country? Is it a constitutional country? Give reasons for your answer. So children, they are saying that Damanpur is ruled by a king. So by the word itself, it is clear that a place which is ruled by a king is not a democratic place. Definitely, where the king is ruling, it is an hierarchical order. That means the ancestors, then the younger generation, so on, the next successors are ruling the kingdom, isn't it? That means hereditary basis. Okay, so definitely this is not an democratic system. Where democratic system means what? We choose our own elected representative is known as democratic government. Okay, secondly, the priest and the ministers write the rules for the kingdom. See here, the people who are the members in the constitution assembly, these people are eligible to write the rules or the set of laws and laws for the country. Okay, that means the laws and the rules that are needed to be followed by every citizen in the country has to be written by them, not by the priest or the ministers. Next thing, the kingdom is divided into 16 provinces. Provinces means 16 areas. Okay, so all these areas are taken care by the officers as governors. So that means here king has decided who will be the governor rather than people have chosen their elected representative. So definitely this concept is not of democratic government. I hope you understood this. Okay, let's go to the second question. Which of the following statement is correct? So I'll be reading here some statements. You have to understand the statement and you have to tell which is correct. Okay, so here comes the first statement. Constitution determines the relationship between people and the government. Constitution determines the relationship between people and the government. Yes, the constitution helps to create a relationship between the people as well as the government of the country. Second option. Democratic countries generally contain a constitution. Yes, to be a democratic country, there should be constitution, which is very much important for a country. Okay, so that is also correct. So third option. To make a constitution to a diverse country like India is not an easy task. Yes, it is. For a country like India, such a vast country, where preparing a constitution book, set of rules and regulations is not an easy task. Okay, so all these 3 options are correct. So the last option is given, all are correct. So I choose all are correct options. Okay, next. Third question. Match the following leaders with their roles in the making of the constitution. So children, there are some leaders names given here as well as their roles in the making of constitution. So the names are Motilal Nehru, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Rajendra Prasad, Sarojini Naidu. So these are some of the names. Their roles were also written here in the opposite side. You have to just do the matching and write the answers. Okay. Next goes to the fourth question. Here are some of the guiding values of the constitution and their meaning. Rewrite them by matching them correctly. So this question is also matching type, where some terms like sovereign, republic, fraternity and secular is given. You have to match them with the opposite ones, which is the correct answer for the term there. Okay. Next question. What values are embedded in the preamble of Indian Constitution? That means what terms are used in the making of preamble of Constitution. So in the lesson itself, I have told you that the words like secular, republic, socialist, democratic, justice, equality, fraternity, Soviet are some of the words which are used in the preamble of Indian Constitution. Okay, so you have to write about them one by one. Okay, next, sixth question. All are equal before law. Explain this with an example. All are equal before law. Explain this with an example. Yes, all are equal in the eyes of law. Citizen in a country, everyone in the country is equal before the law. Okay, everyone will be given justice as well as the punishment that are recorded in the books of law, that means the books of constitution. Okay, despite of being superior, a person will be punished. That means person may be of political person, or he may be a president of India also. If he commits any mistake, he will be punished same as like a common man is punished. Understood? Okay, so the inequality systems of color, that means skin color, caste, creed, religion, despite of all these inequalities, everyone will be equally punished if they have done a mistake, or person who is suffering with the mistake will be given justice. So this is what the concept says, all are equal before law. Okay, next question. Identify the correct statements from the following. Identify the correct statements from the following. So here again some statements are given. You have to identify which are the correct ones. Okay. So the first statement here given is, the Constitution defines the powers of legislative houses. The Constitution defines the powers of the legislative houses. Yes, people who are sitting in the parliament as well as their powers are mentioned in the book of Constitution. The role as well as their powers are all mentioned in the book of Constitution. Okay, so that is correct statement. Second statement, the Constitution cannot be changed under any circumstances. The Constitution cannot be changed under any circumstances, which is very much wrong. Children, I told in the lesson that situations came according to that many times the rules in the constitutions were changed. Okay, as in the year of 2011, it was said that 97th time the changes were made in the book of Constitution. Okay, they say that in the year of 2011, 97 amendments were made. Amendments mean nothing but the changes were made in the book of Constitution. So for me, this statement is false. Third statement, ideals that are in preamble are reflected in the design of institution. Ideals that are in the preamble are reflected in the designing of institution. That means to develop a country, to frame a country, to design a country, the words that are used in the preamble are very much important, as well as they reflect the changes in that means whatever changes were brought depending on those terms only. Now what are those terms, children? Nothing but the seculars, socialists, the words what we have discussed earlier. So that is the reason why I am saying you to understand the concepts very well. If not, you are not going to understand this lesson. Okay, so that is also a correct statement. Last statement, laws for the entire country are designed centrally. Laws for the entire country were decided centrally. So now here there are some changes like depending on the states, depending on the central government or state government or district government, there are some changes that have to be made in this constitution. But here they said that whatever decisions are taken, it has to be followed, like it has to be same for entirely. Okay, that means for the entire country it has to be same. But now when it comes to some centrals, when it comes to the state as well as for district, the rules set changes. Okay, so this is the answer for this. Okay, let's go to the next question. Next question says, read again the extracts from the Nehru's speech and answer the following. So children, here I can see a speech, a paragraph of a speech is given by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So after reading the paragraph, you have to answer the question and answers that are given. First question given is, what pledge did he want the makers of the Indian Constitution to take? What pledge did he want the makers of the Indian Constitution to take? Okay, second question, the ambition of the greatest man of our generation has been to wipe every tear from every eye. Who was he referring to? The ambition of the greatest man of our generation has been to wipe every tear from every eye. Who was he referring to? Okay, so to answer these questions, you have to read the paragraph first. If you read this paragraph, you'll find the answer in the paragraph itself. Okay, next question. On what occasion equal justice is seen? Mention with examples. On what occasion equal justice is seen? Mention with examples. Okay, now equal justice, that means equality, where it is seen equality. So equality, equal justice is seen especially in the court of law. Yes, when it is a court, there person who has done the mistake as well as person who is suffering, both of the cases party will be standing each facing each other, isn't it? So one person who is culprit, that means who has done the mistake, will be given punishment depending on the rules that are written in the book of constitution, and that will be announced by the person known as judge of the court. Okay, and the other person who is suffering here with the problem will also be given justice. Okay, so that is also announced by the person who is sitting in the judgment chair. Okay, second one, in adult franchisation means where, especially in our country like India, where woman is facing a lot of problem, that is molesting, okay, rapes and all are happening, and not only with the male, even with the small children, okay, and that too with some men also is happening in the country, which are not coming up. Only with the women problems are just raising up. Even men are the people who are facing this problem. So okay, even in such cases also the justice are being given. And finally, in conducting elections, yes, in conducting elections, it has to be conducted in a free and fair manner. That means there should be no cheating or no such thing should be happen in the electing the elected representative. Okay, so these are the 9 questions, children. We have all finished the 9 question and answers. I hope you have understood all this meaning of this 9 question and answers very well. For any more doubts and queries, please ask us immediately. And I say only one thing about this lesson is, please understand the terms as well as the concepts that are given in this lesson. Unless you will not understand this lesson in thorough. Okay, so we'll meet up in the next upcoming class. Till then, bye children. Thank you. Have a nice day.